Hello, everyone, and welcome to my first call or knit along. Starting today, I will be live 1 hour each day to work with you this piece in newborn size. And if you will enjoy this type of tutorial, from now on, if you want, I can make only, let's say, live tutorial, what is called knit along. And this way it will be easier for me too, because I will save time with editing the tutorial. And also I think that by making this knit along with you, I will be able also to make more tutorials. Hola, hola, ya, hola. Today I will start with the English tutorial for this piece. Hola Rosa, gracias amigas por estar aquí. I will work this. Hello Martina, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Today I will make the first hour in English, and if I have time, I will come back for another hour in Spanish. Only because I want to give it a try to this knit along, and this way to save time and to offer you more and more tutorial. I already made the tutorial for the Concept Bonnet, and I thought it will be nice to have a matching romper. And this is what we are starting today to work. For this romper, I will use this yarn from Katia. This is a Spanish brand of yarn. This is the Concept line, and this particular here is cotton merino. Of course, you can use what yarn you have in your stash. Again, I will give you the gauge. So we have 16 stitches and 33 rows in stockinette stitch using needles 4.5 millimeter or US 7 for a 10 by 10 centimeters square or 4 by 4 inches. If I remember correctly, in the concept tutorial, I've said that you can replace this yarn with the thick version of Stonewash from Sheep Shears. But if you ask me between this yarn and the Stonewash from Sheep Shears, which is also a very wonderful yarn, I do prefer this one. And only because I am working this outfit for a newborn baby, a photography session, and the baby won't wear something else underneath this garment. So my goal is to use a very soft and good quality yarn for the baby. But as I said, you can use whatever you have in your stash that will you can match the goat. Okay, the needles, I will start with these red Chiago needles, circular needles. These are 16 inches from tip to tip. You also need stitch markers, 4 stitch markers. We will start from here, from the neckline. So we will work top down. We will work back and forth until this part where we will separate the sleeves from the rest of the body. Also the sleeves, from here we will work circular. And now, because I have this concept bonnet and no bodysuit for her, I will work this color so you can see the stitches and what I am doing. Yes, Martina, this will be available. What I am doing today, this hour of knitting, it will be available here on my channel in case you maybe are not ready, or maybe you don't have right now the time to work with me this garment. So no problem, you will find the tutorial here. Thank you too for your support. Now I will start with the cast on. I use the long tail method cast on, and I always say that you can use whatever method you like to work or to cast on. So first we need to cast on 42 stitches. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 24, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, oops, so 40, 41 and 42. So this is the number, the stitches you need to cast on, 42 stitches. Now I will tie here this remaining tail. Okay, and I will start with first row. We are starting to work this neckline. As you can see, is a garter stitch neckline, and because we are working back and forth, for one garter garter stitch row, you need to work 2 knit rows. So to have 3 garter stitch rows, we need to work 6 rows in knit stitch. And this is what I am doing right now. So I will start with my first row. What is important to the, when knitting this yarn is to, when knitting back and forth using this yarn, is to take care when working the wrong side of your work, which in our case is the purl row, because you can have problems with your tension, and even if it's a little bit, as you can see, fluffy, still the problems with the tension can be very visible on your right side of your work. So try as if you can to work carefully the purl row. So row 1 to 6, we just knit. Usually when I work with garter stitch, or should I say I have an edge in garter stitch, I always slip purlwise the first stitch. So right now I should I should slip this first stitch purlwise and then continue to work. But since I didn't do this for the first romper, I will also knit the first stitch. But this is something you decide. If you want a different edge and you need to slip the first stitch purlwise, then do it. If not, continue just to work every stitch. So this is row 2. We only have 2 buttons because this is a newborn outfit, and in my opinion, since it is so tiny, I don't like to put many buttons on a newborn outfit. To work like this, to knit along with somebody. And I do enjoy showing the step by step. So maybe you will like to, and we will continue to make this knit along. So I just finished row 2. I need to work another 4 rows because in total, as I said, we need 6 rows in knit stitch. I hope you can hear me well because I see that from time to time my connection um, has problems. And I am about to finish row 3. It's not complicated to do this outfit, and it's a good change for me because lately I've been knitting only for 1-2 years old or 3-4 years old, so it's a very good change to work again a newborn outfit. As you can see, I am already working row 4. So this is row 4. This yarn is so soft and so beautiful to work with that I am thinking what colors I have in my stash, because I want to make something for sitter with this yarn. And I think I have a very beautiful dark blue. It is a unique color. So I am about to finish row 4. Two more rows, and then we can go to the next step. So this is row 5. Yes, indeed, drops air is also very, very, very soft. I love that yarn too. I still have something in my stash. I think I have some green, and I was thinking to make a pair of bloomers for a jumper I am working right now, because the jumper is orange and that green is very beautiful, and I think it will match beautiful. Okay, so I am about to finish row 5. Now row 5 is complete, and now row 6. Beautiful yarn. And this color, it's a very soft, I think, lilac. This is correct. Lilac. And I am about to finish row 6. Okay, so this is the front of the work, and we just made this part here. See? Now we will continue to work and separate the stitches for the chest part, sleeves, and the back part, but still not on this row. Okay, so we have 6 rows until now, six knit rows that just formed these 3 garter stitch rows. Now row 7, and from now on we will work in garter stitch only the first 4 stitches and the last 4 stitches. And because we are on the wrong side of the romper, this is the side where we purl. So we start with knit 4, 2, 3, 4, and then we purl until we reach the last 4 stitches. And on the next row, on row 8, we will place the stitch markers. And also we will start to increase on the next row. No, sorry, we won't increase on the next row. So this is row 7. We need to work 8, 9, and on row 10 we will start to increase. Okay, so these are my last 4 stitches. I will knit these last 4 stitches. And this was row 7, the wrong side of our work. Turn the work. And let's start row 8. On row 8 we are knitting all the stitches because this is the right side of our work. I don't know if you can see well what I am doing. Please let me know if I have a problem with the sound or the image. Just leave me a comment so I know that everything is okay. So we are about to finish row 8. Turn the work. Again, we are on the wrong side of the work, so take care on how you work the purl stitches, not to lose, so you don't have problems with the tension on the front side. So row 9, knit the first 4 stitches and then continue to purl every stitch until you reach the last 4 stitches. I almost reach my last 4 stitches. And I will knit these last 4 stitches. Remember, the first 4 stitches and the last 4 stitches we are working in garter stitch. The rest of the stitches we are working in stockinette stitch. So we are knitting on the right side of the work and purl on the wrong side of the work. And now we are about, so we start to increase, and also we will separate the stitches. And let's start. First, we knit 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now we make one right, so we are increasing 1 stitches to the right side, and I will insert my needle in the back here, and I will pick up this loop between these 2 stitches. Now I will knit this loop normally. Then knit 1 stitch, knit 1 stitch, take the first stitch marker and place it here. So again, knit 7, make 1 right, knit 1, place the stitch marker, knit 1, now make 1 left. This time I will insert through the front and pick up this loop, and I will knit this loop through the back like this. Then knit 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, make 1 right, insert through the back, pick up this loop and knit the loop through the front like this. Then knit 1 stitch, take your second stitch marker and place it on So knit one stitch after you place the marker. Now make one left, insert in the front and pick up that loop and knit through the back. Now knit 10 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make one right, insert the needle through the back, pick up this loop and knit normally. Then knit one stitch, take your third stitch marker and place it on your right needle. Knit one stitch, make one to the left, one left, sorry, like this. One left, sorry, like this. Knit through the back. Then knit 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, make one right through the back, knit normally, knit one stitch, take your last stitch marker. This is my dog. If you hear him, he's drinking water. Oh my God, Toto. It seems he's very thirsty. I'm sorry. Okay, so pick up your last stitch marker and place it to your right needle. Knit one stitch. And then knit the rest of the stitches. You have another 7 stitches here. So knit until the end of the row. This was row 10. And this was the first increase row. And let me show you. This is half of the chest part, sleeve. This is the back part of the row. This is the second sleeve. And this is the other half of the chest part. This here. Row 11. On row 11 we are working the buttonhole. I choose to work the buttonhole here at the end of my row. You can work the buttonhole in what part you need. So row 11, knit the first 4 stitches. Then continue to purl until you reach the last 4 stitches, and don't forget to slip the marker when you reach the marker. So here is my first marker. Okay. And continue to purl. Remember, with this yarn, you need to be careful at the purl side of your work because it can be problems with the tension. Oops, sorry, I forgot to slip the marker. Okay. slip the marker, and my last marker, and I almost reach my last 4 stitches, and now I can work the first buttonhole. So I will knit the first stitch, then yarn over, then knit the next 2 stitches together and knit the last stitch. And this was row 11. So we will repeat rows 10 and 11 until we reach a number of stitches here on the back part. Okay, we are about to start row 12, and because we are working, or should I say because row 12 is the right side of your work, of course it is an increase row. So we start by knitting until we reach the stitch before the marker. So as you can see, this is my yarn over, and I will knit normally the yarn over. Okay, I will continue to knit until the stitch before my stitch marker. See? Now I will make one right, so another increase. Then knit one stitch, slip the marker, knit one stitch, make one left, then continue to knit until you reach the stitch before your stitch marker. Again, make one right, then knit one stitch, slip the marker, knit one stitch, make one left, then continue to work the stitch before the marker. Okay, now make one right, knit one, slip the marker, knit one, make one left, continue to knit until you reach the stitch before the marker. Okay, now make one right, knit one, slip the marker, knit one, make one left, and knit the rest of the stitches until the end of the row. And this was row 12. I want to show you something. So this is how my work looks so far. You can see here I have this band here from 2 stitches. This is 1 stitch and this is another stitch. These 2 stitches are these here, separated by each stitch marker. Of course, you can work in raglan method other than having these 2 stitches here, but I feel that it look more beautiful like this. We don't have 2 big gaps here where we are increasing. So I don't know why I think it look nice like this. Now we remember that on the wrong side we purl the first we knit the first 4 stitches and the last 4 stitches, and the rest of the stitches we just purl. And of course, don't forget to slip the marker. I will work maybe 4 rows with you, and then I will end this first part of our knit along, leaving you some info on how many stitches you need to reach until we meet again tomorrow. It is possible to hear my son. He's playing. Today is a rainy day here. It's very cloudy and very cold for this time of the year. Okay, so I am about to finish row 13. As I said, we only work 2 buttonholes for this romper. So my last 4 stitches, I will knit these last 4 stitches. Okay. This was row 13. Now we are about to start row 14. And again, because we are on the right side of our work, this row is an increase row. So we start by knitting the stitches until we reach the stitch before the marker. Okay, now make one right, knit 1 stitch, slip the marker, knit 1 stitch, make 1 left, continue to knit until the okay, now make 1 right, then knit 1 stitch, slip the marker, knit 1, make 1 left, continue to knit until the stitch before the next marker, Oops. These are not my favorite markers because I always have problem when using them. My yarn gets stuck in the marker, but these are the only ones that I had available. Okay, I am at the stitch before the marker. Now make one right, knit one, slip the marker, knit one, make one left, continue to knit until the stitch before the next marker. Now make one right, knit one, slip the marker, knit one, make one left, and then continue to knit until you finish this row. And this was row 14. Just a second. Okay, so we just finished row 14, which was another increase row. From now on, we will continue to work like this. We will increase on the right side of the work, which with each increase row, we gain 8 stitches. To here, 4, 6, 8 stitches. Right now, after row 14, which is the back part. So let's count. We count from the stitch marker. So we have the stitch marker and then we start to count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So right now we have 18 stitches. We need to continue to work and to increase until here on this part we can count 30 stitches. Okay, so we also need to make another buttonhole, and I want to count you the garter stitch rows between my 2 buttonholes. Okay, so let's see. This is the first buttonhole, and I will count like this. This is my first garter stitch row. Let me show you. So this is my first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So between my 2 buttonholes, I have 8 garter stitch rows. 8 garter stitch rows means actually 16 knit rows. So you will continue to work and increase like I showed you until now, and this is your first buttonhole. You see, we can already count 1 garter stitch row after the buttonhole. Okay, after another 7 garter stitch rows, we can make the second buttonhole. But you don't need to worry for the second buttonhole, because the second buttonhole I think we will make after we separate the sleeves from the rest of the body. So if you this raglan part until you can count 30 stitches on the back part here in the middle. So this will be row 15. I start row 15 with knit 4 and now I continue to purl until I reach my last 4 stitches, and then I will knit those last 4 stitches. And on the next row, again, I will increase. I want to finish this row with you, and then I will close this first part of knit along, and I will see you tomorrow at the same hour to continue to work the next part of the romper. But until then, you need to finish the increase part. Okay. I'm almost at the end of row 15. So my last 4 stitches, I will knit my last 4 stitches. Okay, and this was row 15. So remember, you just need to continue to work like this until here you can count 30 stitches. Then we will stop with the increase part and we will separate the stitches, leaving the stitches for the sleeves aside, and we will continue to work the body. So until tomorrow, happy knitting. Thank you very much for watching, and I can wait to see your feedback about this knit along, and if you want to for me to continue making this type of tutorial, because remember, this is much easier for me to saving time editing tutorials. It takes me hours, and those hours I can use them here also on my channel, making more and more tutorials. Muchísimas gracias, Rosa. Gracias de verdad por ser tan buenas amigas y por todo el apoyo que me están brindando. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow at the same hour. Bye bye.